Welcome back to DeadEnd Drive-In. It has been a minute. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined as always by Dirk. How's it going?
What's happening, man?
It's going. It's been a minute since we've recorded, and of course, Darren.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, looking forward to this one, man. This is going to be a crazy episode, I think.
It is.
Going to get into some pimp slapping.
This is the most pimpin' episode of DeadEnd Drive-In yet. You guys might be looking at these two films and thinking like, "Oh, what's the hook here?" And the hook is pimps and sweet.
Good pimp, bad pimp.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Tale of two pimps. Very much so. So I'm actually kind of proud of this one because at first I was thinking like, well, maybe we'll do two Poliziotteschi's, but then I was like, well, double bills didn't always directly connect, but these two kind of do, even though they're very different eras. So
they're definitely both fucking grindhouse drive-in.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, I didn't even know what a pimp stick was until I watched the Vice Squad. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, we'll get into the making of some of these movies too, because a lot of the terminology is all legit and pretty wild.
Oh yeah.
Don't Google pimp stick. You could get a lot of different things. Maybe
you might get a coat hanger.
Yeah, you might get a coat hanger. Yeah. Hopefully not a used one, but so we kick things off with a 1972 film from writer-director Fernando Di Leo, and it is The Italian Connection. And in this movie, when a shipment of heroin disappears between Italy and New York, a small-time pimp in Milan is framed for the theft. Two professional hitmen are dispatched from New York to find him, but the real thieves want to get rid of him before the New York City killers get to eliminate any chance of them finding out he's the wrong man. When the pimp's wife and daughter are caught in the crossfire, he swears revenge on anyone that had anything to do with it. All right, so first time watch for either of you guys on this one?
This is my first time seeing this one, but I have seen Caliber 9, which is this is like Di Leo's.
This is the second in the Milu trilogy.
Trilogy.
Yeah, Caliber 9 is the first one, and then The Boss is the third one. This is the middle film,
right?
In that great trilogy. There you go.
Yeah, I grabbed this set, man, and I got it for a damn good deal. It also come with this. Rulers of the City. That's another Di Leo.
Nice.
Jack Palance.
Nice.
So great set though. Great set.
Yeah, it is a fantastic set. And Fernando Di Leo is a titan of the Poliziotteschi Euro crime.
I would say, yeah. Caliber 9, dude, is still fucking high tier for me. The Poliziotteschi.
It is, and this is a quote-unquote trilogy. They're unconnected. They're really only connected by the theme of crime in Milan and some of the same actors, but these are all standalone films just for anybody curious. And
that's how the Italians do it, though. They'll call it a trilogy, and
they'll anything to tie it to something really popular.
But I think Di Leo's crime films are probably more I'd say they're more serious, more realistic compared. I mean, some of that shit ain't, but
we get a lot of comedy in this one, actually.
Yeah, there's more comedy in this one, and the stunt work in this one, holy shit.
Oh man, yeah, this for me is another first time watch. I am familiar with some of his films because there's not one film I've seen from him that I don't like. You've got Naked Violence, you've got this kind of stupidity of Slaughter Hotel. And of course Caliber 9, like Dirk mentioned, which we covered on our channel. This one I was reading was probably his most successful out of his crime films, which does not surprise me. And I don't want to go off, too early on how I feel about it, but I was generally well surprised. I thought this is a great film.
I can kind of understand though, because this one's not a big heavy plot or anything. It's more, there's something happening, bam, 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 throughout the whole movie. There's not a big heavy layered, twists and turns. It's pretty straightforward film.
It is. I mean, we've talked about on and you guys, of course, even more so on your show. These movies, I think they really age quite well. They're very fast moving, politically incorrect. I think they're insanely entertaining. You mentioned the chase scene, which in this film goes from foot to car, back to foot, with Barrio Adorf, who we'll talk about here in a little bit. Just kind of an atypical actor for this. Certainly no Franco Nero. He's not smooth. He's a stocky kind of guy, character actor.
I dig him, man. He's in Caliber 9 too, and I mean, he's been in like over 200 films. Like fucking
still alive and active as of a few years ago. So that's pretty amazing. There's a lot of these guys, unfortunately, are not now.
But big personality. When he's on the screen, he's fucking still in that shit, man. Like
I'm surprised he didn't do more of these type of roles, because obviously Bird with the Crystal Plumage, he plays like this mad painter. What have you done to your daughters? He's in that as well. But he completely nails this role. It's like this, because you believe the way, this action, kind of car, he's hanging out the fucking cars and
he's really doing his own stunts. And that they said. So I was like looking at the behind the scenes or special features on this, and they said that Di Leo wanted to get a stuntman, and he was like, "Nah, hell no." He wasn't gonna accept that. So they fucking welded handles onto the hood of the car.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine
really him in a lot of that shit? I was like, fucking crazy motherfucker, man.
Just try and imagine a Hollywood actor today telling them they got to. That would even let them do that. It's just wild.
Yeah,
he knew how to shoot action. He really did. And Italian Connection is one of the more influential Eurocrime films, because it also inspired Quentin Tarantino. This movie specifically, the Woody Strode and Henry Silva Hitman characters inspired John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson's iconic roles of Vincent Vega and Jules Winfield in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can see that. And that Woody Strode, man, he looked familiar. And then I had to look him up. He played in the NFL and shit.
Yeah.
God, you can tell he's not. Was he a proper actor? Because
he was in a Kubrick film. He was in Spartacus, in Kubrick's Spartacus in 1960.
He was in a lot of Westerns too. Woody Strode did a lot of Westerns, and
he's in another. Oh, sorry, Dan.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, a lot of Westerns and Scream from 1981, which is awful.
Oh shit.
Oh god, yeah.
He's in another Di Leo film though that I haven't seen that I want to check out. Loaded Guns. So I want to see that one too. So,
but you can tell straight from the off with his delivery of his first line, that he's not great as an actor.
Nah, he's there.
Strangely, it works though for the role, when he's in the nightclub with the, and the girls coming on to him and all that. It just kind of
he's just a strong, silent type,
Yeah.
And then Di Leo goes on about Henry Silva, how he only had 3 faces,
Yeah.
He said you could literally do a cast of him from the waist up. And then he could just send him on his way, because that's how fucking I was like, damn, he's talking shit. But
but my God, do I miss Henry Silva, who remained very active too into later years.
I dig Henry Silva, man. There's another one. Is it Manhunt?
Which gets a little confusing because Manhunt is also an alternate title on this one. When we were mentioning this show, I was like, oh shit, I better make sure we're on the same page so we don't come on and review the wrong game.
That's Manhunt is kind of like a Death Wish ripoff, and it's It's fucking good though, man. And of course he's an almost human. I think the first time I seen him though ever, like I was young as hell watching Alligator, 1980, playing Colonel Brock or whatever.
Yeah,
is that right, Colonel Brock? I believe. But
yeah.
What about you was in Cry of the Prostitute as well? That's like man, that is a crazy one of
Barbara Boucher, man, shoving her face in a pig carcass while he's hitting it. You know, I was like, holy shit,
man. Again, we covered that, and it's like entertaining as hell. That one.
Yeah, Henry Silva has an insane filmography. Some known stuff and some not so known stuff. But oh man, so many great movie memories. And you know, this is one out of the trilogy. A lot of people I find prefer Caliber 9 by a little bit, but it's a hard decision for me, to be honest, because I really do love this movie. I think again, having the atypical protagonist for me, because I do like Mario Adorf quite a bit, is kind of the I don't know if there's such a thing as a nice pimp, but more down. Well, we'll get into, we got a bad one coming up on our second movie.
So. Yeah, it's weird how it shifts though, because at first you think you're following Henry Silva and Woody Strode's characters.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, you're on board with them, and then the fucking film shifts. So I guess if there's a twist, that's the twist, and then you realize this pimp, he's getting framed, right? So he's got these hitmen from fucking New York coming to kill him, and he don't know why. He's trying to figure out why.
That shift, I think, makes it very unique too. And Tarantino considered Di Leo the master of the Italian crime film. Which again, if you guys out there have not watched this, because I know everybody's seen Pulp Fiction, you really should, because it's like, oh wow. I think I saw, God, at that point I'm not sure, but I think I saw Pulp Fiction first, and then shortly after, when I kind of got into Poliziotteschi, I'm like, God damn, like this had to be inspired by that, and sure enough, it was. This had several other titles: Manhunt, Manhunt in the City, Manhunt in Milan, Hired to Kill, Black Kingpin, and I think Hitmen. So it's had a lot of
Orders from Another World.
Yeah, there you go.
Original title. Yeah.
Some of these are the worst because, you know, a lot of time the dominant title is, I mean, at least for us, or well, maybe not necessarily for you, Darren, because I know even the UK sometimes they will still stick with the alternate title, but it's like you got to be careful with Poliziotteschi's and spaghetti westerns because there's just so many titles. This was also based on a short story in the 1969 collection Milano Calibro 9 by author Giorgio Scerbanco. And it was 22 stories, all taking place in the seedy underbelly of Milan. Unfortunately, at least last time I looked, I don't think that it's been translated into English for anything. I think it's in maybe Spanish and French. And of course Italian, but I'd definitely like to read that one day because that's kind of the origins of this. But the amount of humor in this too, I think will surprise a lot of people. Like I know we reviewed Contraband a while back, and I know a few people who went out and watched it for the first time and were like, "Oh Jesus Christ!" This is
that one's not a happy time movie. You know, This one is for sure.
In comparison, but it's still mean. Like,
it's mean. You got some mean parts.
Yeah.
But Contraband is just cold-blooded fucking shit.
Yeah, Contraband is one of those movies where it's like, oh, I need a shower after this. This one though, I mean, like we have that shootout in the junkyard, and
that's so good.
A kitten gets blown away. I mean,
and I saw that you know they had to. Di Leo said, "Okay, he got the idea. The cat gets shot. It's a kitten. And, he had to hire a vet to put it to sleep and everything. But
Yeah, well, temporarily put it to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you got the scene early on as well, when he's with his ex-wife and daughter, you know bad shit's gonna happen as soon as you see scenes like that.
Yeah.
But in terms of the comedy, I love the one scene with the prostitutes where she's like taking the piss out of that guy with the stutter, and it's so funny, man. But it kind of worked. The comedy for me works in this.
It does.
Even though it is a fucking brutal film as well. There's, make no point about that, But whereas the next one, which I don't want to jump the gun, I did like Vice Squad, but I was kind of a bit jarring the way because it's such a like brutal film in what goes on. But then the kind of comedy kind of hit me off with it. But this one, it just completely worked for me.
It really did, and like the line when he's with kind of his main girl hooker, who he's staying with because he's not really with the wife at this point, and
I know I've seen her in something, man. I couldn't figure out what the hell was it she in.
You want to bet Luciana Paluzzi?
Oh, Luciana Paluzzi. Yeah, well, she wasn't the hooker, but she was in
the main hooker that Mario adores. Luca.
Yeah, she's been in some other Di Leo.
Oh, you want to bet Sylvia Koskina, yeah?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Sylvia Koskina's she was in Lisa and the Devil.
Right. Yeah, I'm blanking on it.
Thinking of the main hooker that's like bitching at him because he's talking to the blue-haired chick and she's getting jealous. She's got
yeah.
Francesca Coluzzi?
Yeah.
That's the one, I think. Yeah,
crazy though.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of her. Her name. I mean, she was in though like Red Sonja. Like she had a pretty long career. Like she was the mom in Red Sonja with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think she was in Strip Nude for Your Killer. I think.
You want about Femi Benusi? Yeah, Femi Benusi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was in. She's in the opening shot in that where she's walking naked through like a swimming pool, and the photographer kind of comes on.
The director's like, "Hey, come on, let's go in the sauna and all this shit."
Yeah. I should have known. I should have known when you said that. It was Femi Benusi. Yeah.
She's also quite known for the School Teacher, Italian sex comedy, which we actually reviewed those on my channel, Flesh Wound Features, and. No, she did quite a bit. She hung on a little while too, because I mean, as I said, Henry Silva's filmography is insane. Mario Adorf, you can still see him in stuff as of a few years.
Crazy. I didn't know that Henry Silva was hanging out with the fucking Rat Pack, man. He was hanging out with Frank Sinatra and fucking Sammy Davis Jr.
Wow.
Yeah, I was reading up on it. I was like, "What the fuck? Could you imagine that? Him hanging out?"
Oh man, I'd love to see
Dean Martin
footage of that. Yeah.
You can kind of see. Cool. I mean, he could have a good time in this. He's such like a very stern,
the muscle, right?
Yeah, but he likes the ladies in this one. There's a lot of you could tell he had fun making it, and I'm sure Woody Strode had to, fight to not crack up at some of the stuff, but I love the line with the hooker where I can't remember what it was in regards to, but she just tells him, "You don't have the balls," and he just replies, "You've played with them enough to know that I do."
Yeah. Great comeback.
The dialogue in here is awesome. I mean, Fernando Di Leo really was a good writer.
Man. Because think about what Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah,
he did a few films for Sergio Leone, right?
Yeah. Sometimes sort of the 6 degrees, just connecting everything with a lot of these people is fun.
He wrote Deodatos, Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Cop, or Die Like a Man, I should say. Massacre Time he wrote for 66.
That's a great one by Fulci, man.
Yeah.
I dig it a lot. That's the first gore of Fulci officially on screen. There's a couple scenes in that, but
but the one thing too, and we compare a lot of modern American movies, like this was able to do that comedy, have those light moments, but still, like when it was time to get serious, it got serious. There's not like a dumb joke every 10 minutes. It's not the Marvel formula. Like it really works. And I think if you're an action movie fan,
that's what I meant by happy time. Like, because this is more of a action driven Policio. It's not the police procedural, none of that. You know, it's gonna grab you and drag you with it, kind of deal. You know,
quite literally in that one scene.
Right?
Yeah. No, Luca kills a shit ton of people. I think
he does, man. And you think this pimp, like, they underestimated him, right? It's like that old classic action film where they underestimate the fucking guy, right?
Yeah. And oh man, he goes on a killing spree at the end of this movie.
Yeah. I would too, man. I would too. Shit. Fucking motherfucker.
I mean, what a cast though. So you've got Adolfo Celli, he plays Don Vito. Trizoldi. You've got Franco Fabrizzi, who I like, one of my favorite performances in like Train Murders. He's a sleazy guy on the train who ends up raping one of the girls, like a bystander, and then he goes off and phones the police. But I mean, every time he pops up, and he's done quite a few roles, I'm like, yeah, man. Superb cast. Go on,
Adolfo Celli been in a ton of shit. I mean, he was in, like, mostly known for Emilio Largo in Thunderball, the James Bond film.
Like loads of giallos.
Yeah. But I'm saying that's probably his biggest film, you know. I would imagine.
Did you notice the little girl from Tenebrae as well? Laura Wendell from Ghost House.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, she was uncredited, I think, as well, which is kind of strange, but
damn. Okay.
Yeah, Paluzzi also, I mean, had a really great career. She was in 99 Women for Jess Franco, Green Slime, which is a personal favorite of mine.
And then Delamanos Black Veil for Lisa. Which is a really good one I like.
It's not visible, but I've actually met her. She's on one of the autograph walls.
She's really cool.
Yeah. Yep, she's still with us too, luckily. You know, again, it's really sad because you watch these movies and, you know, people are dropping like flies now, unfortunately, but she's still with us. She played Fiona in Thunderball, so she's Bond girl as well. And she was in Tragic Ceremony, the Manhunt, the Umberto Lenzi film from '75. She sadly did kind of stop making movies, and you know,
that Tragic Ceremony, that's the one with
Camille Keaton.
Ricardo Freire, and she was in Calling All Police Cars as well, which we've done, I want to say, fairly recently. But yeah, she's unmistakable. You can see her, you know,
she's great.
She pops up.
I mean, she's not just a good looking woman, she's a great actress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's beautiful. And you know the other thing about this movie too, I mean, a lot of these films owe a lot to French Connection, of course, which
definitely
that blew up. And yeah, this one not really though. I mean, this isn't really a cop movie. It's, you know, pimps versus hitmen. So.
I would say that chase though might have been inspired, maybe.
That these movies they do action in a way that we'll never see again. So hopefully you guys out there that haven't dived into Poliziotteschi and, you know, the world of Eurocrime will consider, because I promise you might be looking at this, and I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that I don't know, 72. I guarantee you this film never stops. It is lively from beginning to end.
When they go into the club, that's one of my favorite scenes. That club scene.
Yeah.
And you got the hippy dippy shit. You got this chick with blue hair.
Yeah.
And like you got this, you know, the psychedelic lights and shit going around. Like it's I don't know.
Yeah. Henry Silva trying to fuck everything.
Yeah. What I like about
it's his wallet taken by a bunch of hookers, you know.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's a great scene as well. Yeah, when he's trying to fight back for his wallet. But what I like about these is like it's so much like giallo films. I know you haven't got a Black Glove Killer or anything like that, but in terms of like the nightclub scenes and music and all that, it just takes me right back to the giallo film. But Jessica Dublin is in this as well, which me and Dirk covered like not that long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. When she's in that Nico Macaraxis film.
Oh yeah. Shit.
She does a weird thing with the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading Yuli Lamel plays a small part in this as well. The director of Boogeyman.
Another uncredited, I believe, but yeah, he is in there.
Yeah.
She's the old woman in Island of Death doing that shit with her tongue and gets pissed off,
she gets the golden shower. Yeah.
Island of Death is that one's ugly.
Oh man, that's
that one that is definitely not made for children.
Right.
The opening of this movie too, like, and that's kind of the peak of the comedy, but when Luca deals with those two thugs who are hassling his girls, and he just bitch slaps them in front of the cop, and he's just like, he was feeling faint. Just kind of like starts tapping him. The way he did it too was just so funny. And
he's got that damn headbutt too, right?
Like, he pulls it off though.
Don't he do that shit? I think he does it in Caliber 9 too.
I think he does that in some other movies. I think that's kind of a signature of his. So one of the more unique action stars in Eurocrime for sure. And if you haven't heard his name, seek out his stuff. Very good actor. Very
fucking emotional actor too. I mean, his emotion just seeps through the fucking screen when you're watching. Like, you'll be, he's a fun guy at parts of the movie, but then something happens and it's fucking, he just turns like, kind of goes into a whole different. You see layers to his characters, is what I'm getting.
And like I said earlier, he can play any role as well. He plays like the cop, doesn't he? In What Have You Done to Your Daughters? But he just pulls off this role. I was like, when Dan was mentioning earlier, he's kind of overweight. He's like, middle-aged man. And you're kind of thinking, how can he pull this off? But he completely, the way he headbutts and, like you say, all the action scenes, like I think he's superb. I think he's one of the underrated. Because we all know Fabio Testi, we all know a lot of the big names, like you mentioned, from these films. But him, I mean, he could do it all. He could do a serious role. Superb, man. I urge people to go out and check out all his catalog, which I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, I need to check out more of his stuff as well.
Yeah.
No, I do recommend deep diving into that. And there's some stuff that he made later in his career that I haven't gotten to see. So very, very long career. And his daughter, I believe, is also an actress. So continuing the legacy. So guys, what do you rate this one?
Well, man, I probably got to go 8 out of 10, man. It's that damn good. I mean, Caliber 9, I think I gave it a 9. I might have gave it a 10, but
it might have been a 10. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. Either 9 or 10.
Fucking, but this is the second part of his trilogy, and dude, I mean, it's fucking right there, dude. I mean, it's 8 out of 10 for sure, no doubt about it.
Right, for me, I'm gonna probably surprise Dirk. I said I like this a little bit more than Caliber 9. I think I give Caliber 9 an 8. I would give this an 8.5. Don't know whether it'd be quite a 9 yet, but maybe in future watches, because I will definitely watch this regular. I think.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna be trying to get all the.
Yeah, I can see that though. This is more Caliber 9's more almost like noir, and it's got the complicated fucking plot, and you got to really, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty complex. This one here is like fucking just throw that shit on, man. I probably could. I probably myself could watch this more, to be honest.
It's a good. It's not a bad entry point for people into this genre if you're just looking to dive in. I can certainly see somebody watching something like Contraband being like, yeah, it's a little bit much. I mean, this still has its moments, but it's a pretty good entry point. I am actually a 9 on this one. I do love this movie. I love the trilogy in general. I mean, you guys should all check out the Milu trilogy. And again, generally speaking, Fernando Di Leo's batting average when it comes to his films is pretty damn good. Just about as good as anyone.
That's something else he was speaking on too, was when he got to actually start directing films, he was saying that his films, his scripts, were already edited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like producers loved him for that shit, is what he was saying. So there was he always caught his schedules. Always. He was never late. And they loved the shit out of him for that. But he had it all planned out, written out, you know.
Right. Yeah. I've got The Boss, like Dirk, on a separate release. But I'm sure, like me and Dirk, and you're welcome to come on as well, Dan, down the line, we're going to be doing like a Fernando Di Leo, like stream at one point.
Yeah, we got you.
Why wouldn't we at this point, you know?
Yeah, no. Let us know what you think in the comments if this is a first time watch for the Italian connection, and certainly you Tarantino buffs out there need to see this. So check it out. See where Travolta and Jackson,
a lot of different locations, man. The junkyard scene at the end. I mean, there's all kinds of shit. There's a lot of shit going on.
I mean, the scene with the wife and daughter, you know, I don't know if we're doing spoilers, but that again is superb. The way it's done, you know, and you just feel for this guy at that moment in time, and then he goes on that chase to get sort of redemption, which is great. I would say this and maybe Almost Human. I would recommend people to start off this kind of subgenre. I think those two would work quite well actually together.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that's a great way to start out your journey into Eurocrime. So all right. So we'll move on. Just 10 years later, American film this time. Also, though, with the pimpin' theme, from director Gary Sherman, Vice Squad.
Yeah, man, we're going to get into some neon slime.
Neon slime, yes.
Oh, yes.
I'll talk to Lauren about getting the rights to that, and we can make that the new intro for the show.
Yeah, it is superb. It's one on
fucking Hauser,
Oh man, and he sings that song just as over top as he stars in this film. Like his role is so great, man.
Yeah. This one's fairly well known, but for those of you unfamiliar, it follows a single mother prostitute who goes by the name Princess, who finds herself forced to work undercover for the police in order to apprehend a homicidal, misogynistic pimp named Ramrod, who will do anything to not get arrested and get his revenge on Princess.
Right, and he's called Ramrod for a reason as well.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and it's not a very nice reason.
He's a cowboy pimp in LA.
Man.
He is, yes. Which is kind of unique. Like, I don't feel like I've seen a lot of cowboy pimps running around LA.
Yeah. And he's pretty damn aggressive, and I mean, he's not taking no shit. He's giving a lot of shit.
Oh man, he's a scumbag. He is. All you can say, man. Yeah,
he plays that shit fucking great, though, man.
But he was like that in real life, apparently. That director, funny enough, that Greek director mentioned when he worked with him on The Wind that he was doing drugs. He was like having fights with his brother and getting chucked in the cells. And
I looked up some stuff. He was homeless at one point and had a 13-month-old daughter with him while he was homeless. And then he got recognized with for his music, oddly enough.
I was going to ask you about that. So him singing the theme song to this, I didn't even know. I just thought he was just, was in the film, and he just got into do the music as well. So he had a career, did he? A music career?
A very small one, enough to pay, enough to get him and his daughter off the street and into a home. And then he got recognized. This is his first feature film. I know he did some shit, I think he was on Young and the Restless and shit.
Yeah, it's funny because after this, as you can imagine, he was known for insane, psychotic characters, but he was coming off his first breakout role in Young and the Restless, as you mentioned, as Greg Foster, who, to be perfectly honest, I've never seen an episode of Young and the Restless in my life, but he was kind of like a nice, sweet-natured guy on that soap opera, and people didn't think this nice, fluffy image was going to work for this movie, and
he was on there from 77 to 81.
Yeah, so
he was on that fucking show for a minute.
Yeah, and that show was very popular.
Yeah.
And the producer Robert Ramey, who he didn't listen, because Gary Sherman, who we'll talk about in a little bit here, but he wanted Wings Hauser because he knew Wings Hauser through his wife at the time, Nancy Locke, who he directed in a fantastic horror movie called Dead and Buried.
Oh, fuck yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
So they had that connection, and
the year before this, it's crazy.
Yeah, actually, short. They were just coming off of that.
Yeah.
And to get the role, because Robert Ramey wasn't convinced that he could do it, Wings Hauser comes in, Robert Ramey's at a table, and he grabs him by his tie and like pulls him onto the table, and he just go, "Are you the motherfucker who thinks I can't play this role?" And he's like, "You're hired." I mean, that's how
he's a big dude too, ain't he? I mean, ain't he a big dude?
Yeah, Wings Hauser's very intimidating,
right?
Very scary guy. He's actually Vinegar Syndrome just put out the Carpenter.
The Carpenter,
yeah.
Very cheesy Canadian exploitation slasher.
I haven't seen his other one that people have always talked about. I've never watched it. I need to see it. Tough Guys Don't Dance.
He's a great actor. I think he did have a bit of a reputation I think at one point he dated Linda Blair when she was having like her own issues. So I think he's one of those actors that probably was held back a bit because of reputation, but
I was going to say him and Linda Blair together. I bet their drug dealer was quite happy at one point.
Oh yeah.
But you can't. I mean, I think like his best role though has got to be in fucking Champagne and Bullets.
Oh God, yeah.
Fucking Huck Finney.
That film is crazy, man. I'll tell you another good one he's in.
I hope everybody knows.
Dirk, have you seen Mutant?
Mutant,
that's
maybe.
A pretty decent, kind of like zombie, like I presume Dan's seen Mutant, yeah.
Oh yeah. Mutant. He was very good in that. I mean, even later is one of the cops in Tales from the Hood from the 90s.
I saw that.
Yeah, very good. I mean, he did his fair share of B movies. I mean, Watchers 3 and but he was great in Beastmaster 2. You got to sort through some crap that when you look at some of the movies that Wings Hauser did do, but and Master Raucus, he did other movies with him. I mean, Nightmare at Noon.
That's a remake of Mutant, Nightmare at Noon, like a loose remake. But yeah, crazy that he worked with him again, because at one point, Wings Hauser later on in his career got this kind of thing where he knew he was an asshole to a lot of directors, so he wrote to them all asking for forgiveness when he was like a prick on set and all the shit that goes on. And Master Raucus was adamant. He said, I wouldn't accept it. He said, there's no way.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. He said he put him through hell during the making of The Wind, and he said, I just won't accept his apology.
Yeah, he probably did some fucked up shit. Who knows? But I think, like, out of everything I've seen him in, this is by far his best role. Like this.
Oh man, he's superb as a psychotic guy.
Yeah,
you believe it, don't you? Yeah.
And it's so funny because he's like, Ginger, right? So he's fucking knocking on the Ginger's door. His hooker, girlfriend. She's in love with him and shit. She's trying to get away from him. He's knocking on the fucking door, and she's all like, "No, you're gonna beat my ass and shit." And he's like, "No, I just want to love you." And she fucking opens the door and shit. He's like, "You stupid motherfucker! You are a dumb motherfucker."
I mean, he was right about that. I was like a questionable decision to make.
I mean, when he gets that pimp stick as well, because at first you don't know why he's picking that up to do whatever he's doing.
My mind's going crazy.
Yeah, but that scene is crazy. Just superb.
He's like, your money maker ain't gonna be making nothing for a while after this.
Yeah.
Like,
the way, without saying it directly, it was like, ooh, this is the cast in this is great. I mean, but director Gary Sherman, who a lot of you out there probably know, but yeah, Dead and Buried. He also did Deathline, which came out here as Raw Meat with Donald Pleasance. He jumped around in genres a little bit. Wanted Dead or Alive with Rutger Hauer, and Gene Simmons.
Poltergeist 3.
Poltergeist 3, yes.
That fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, that. You know what though? I respect him on that one because that had to be just a rough movie to shoot after what happened.
There's one I need to check out of his though, and I haven't seen it. It's called Lisa. From 1990.
Oh man, that's a great one. That's like a slasher film. It's kind of it's not too gory. It's kind of like a slasher film, but I don't know if it was made for TV. It's got that made for TV style, but it's decent. Yeah.
I just read that it was a teenage girl is attracted to a serial killer.
So you've got the girl from My Two Dads, the young girl, and she's in it. Yeah, and there's like I think it's like the Twilight Killer or something like that. Is kind of stalks her.
Yeah, I'd like to check that one out. Though.
He did write a film that I find really underrated called Phobia. It was this was a slasher as well in 1980, and it stars Paul Michael Glazier, and no one talks about. I think I've heard
Lisa Langlois.
Yeah, I've heard Lorne talk about it once. I think, and that was with her interview actually.
Yeah, he interviewed Lisa. I do highly recommend that on the channel. That was
that was superb. I hope he brings her on again. Actually, now he's starting to get back into doing it.
Yeah.
But Phobia is so you've got all these people with strange phobias, and they all get these different death scenes as what their phobia is. I don't know why the film wasn't successful in any way. Because man.
Yeah,
I like that one.
It's one of those ones. I mean, I think people liked it, but I don't know why it's not better known. I mean, Lisa in general, I thought she was always fantastic. I mean, speaking of fantastic, the star essentially of this film, Susan Hubley, who plays Princess, she is a fantastic actress. If you're
a believer. Yeah.
Oh, you do. Yeah. She goes through the motions. You feel really bad for the scene. Because again, this is a very mean movie at times where Gary Swanson, who plays the cop, Tom Walsh, who's trying to hunt down Ramrod, like her friend's dead at that point, which is Ginger, who's been brutalized. And he's like, why don't you ask her? And he just like shoves his scene. Like just shoves her face right into,
because he's all like talking about her like she's still alive kind of shit, and then he just pulls that sheet back and shows her fucking like showing her, look at her, like, fucking hey dude, like,
like no way,
pretty rough.
No way
it kind of
makes it into a movie.
Throws me off though, because I seen this twice, and the first time was I seen it again today, but the first time was a few days ago, and I was kind of on the fence a couple of days ago because I found the comedy quite jarring with the actual content, like really gruesome sort of shit that happens.
Yeah.
But putting it on today, I was a bit more relaxed and like I just let it go, and I enjoyed it a lot more second time. But it is kind of hard to fit the two kind of like. 1 minute it's comedy, next minute it's like really serious. It's kind of hard to do that. But
there's some tricks that Susan Hubley's character gets with, and there's a fucking weirdo in a coffin that you don't want want her to say
Oh
shit,
god, that's a
you know?
great scene. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like he's like, you cannot speak. The
Yeah.
butler dude picks her up and
Yeah.
just is walking her in this like wedding dress, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
You're thinking, where's this gonna go? Like, and you've got the old guy as well who wants golden showers.
Yeah.
The other old guy, which is kind of like
Talking
kinky
about
as
sucking
well.
on her toes or something.
Yeah.
So
Says, don't wash your toes. I'll have them as they are, kind of thing. And
what's wild is apparently everything in this movie was legit. Like it happened.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And
so
this
there
is
was
taking place in LA too.
Yeah. It's it's the very seedy side of LA. And that dude, when he's just she sees him in the coffin and she starts screaming, he pops up, she talked.
Like, she ruined it. He's all fucking like, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it kind of works for me. I mean, I can see people having an issue with some of the humor. But I think much like Italian Connection, like when it gets down to business, it's fine. It makes the turn and it works well. Season Hubley, I mean, again, she's amazing. She was coming off of Paul Schrader's Hardcore, which is a must-see movie. She was great in that. She also played Priscilla Presley in John Carpenter's Elvis.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, she did that. Sadly, one of those actresses.
I seen that was on a credit.
Yeah, she kind of stopped. Like, unfortunately, she did a lot of TV work, but
Escape from New York.
Yeah, Children of the Corn 5 is one of the last things, unfortunately.
So she was coming off a divorce with Kurt Russell as well when she come into this film. Which I didn't.
But check out the shit on TV that she did. She was on the fucking Partridge Family, fucking Starsky and Hutch, Kojak, The Twilight Zone, and The Hitchhiker. That show that used to come on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
She's on all those shows.
I've never seen her before. Obviously, she's in the Stepfather.
Done a ton of shit.
Yeah. Child in the Night, which is like a TV film as well. I think Vinegar Syndrome released.
Right.
But man, she nails this performance, like you said earlier. I mean, she's superb.
And then Wings Hauser goes and busts in the fucking Sugar Pimp.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Did y'all recognize who Sugar Pimp was? Fucking Rerun, man. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Rerun. What was that show?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Fuck.
Was it an American show? Was that?
Yeah.
Damn it.
To be continued. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the show, but
it was fucking Rerun. I was tripping the fuck out. I was like, Rerun's a Sugar Pimp, and he fucking cuts his fucking balls off, man.
Oh,
man, that's a great scene.
You're like, holy shit. You got a fucking switchblade like this fucking long.
Oh, yeah, the way he delivers. I mean, they don't show him do it, but just the way, the look in his face when he knows what's coming is just, he won't again. Pretty brutal.
I'm sorry, man. Shit's just flooding my brain. Like the part where, so she kind of sets him up to get busted with the Vice Squad. Right? And then when the cops are coming in and shit to bust him, he fucking grabs that stool and starts fucking hitting her in the head, calling her a snitch and shit. Throwing that fucking stool at the cops.
It's
he's
pretty
like,
heavy.
Snitch me out, bitch. Fucking hitting her in the head with fucking.
She spent like 10 weeks as well working with prostitutes and that for the to do research for the role of this, which completely pays off as well.
Gary Sherman, actually, I mean, he did ride-alongs, which is fairly common for directors to do, but he also did like a mock like arrest and booking. So like he was in there talking to pimps and hookers and everything, and pimps obviously not in with the hookers, but so yeah, I mean, he did his research.
Yeah, I didn't write none of that shit, none of the lingo down, but what was it, around the world and
yes, strawberry, which is
there was some weird lingos for different sex acts and shit.
Yeah, when I was in LA, I don't remember what we were watching. I was watching a movie with Todd, and I was just like, what's strawberry mean? Because I've heard it in different movies, and he's like, oh, that's like a hooker that has sex for drugs. It's not like a financial transaction. It's just that's what that is. And I was like, oh,
Okay,
okay.
I didn't know that.
Now I know what strawberry is because I've always heard it, and I'm like, I don't know what a strawberry is. I thought it was like a sex act or something. So yeah, it is very, very realistic, and all the lingo's down. It's not like that maybe quite as realistic as something like a Cruising, which. Yeah, I mean, my God, I can't imagine somebody going in to see Al Pacino in that one back in the day.
I mean, there's a scene though that could have fit in with Cruising in this film at one point,
Yeah,
because we see a lot of these gay characters at the time. Obviously, it was like New York City, probably LA. Yeah, I was going to say this film started off as well. It was going to be a documentary at one point. And then because they thought the subject matter or what have you was a little bit too much, they turned it into a feature film. And that's how this come about, which I was reading, kind of interesting.
No, but I still think, like, I mean, out of everybody in the film, man, it's definitely Wings Hauser's fucking movie. I mean, it's he's the bad guy and all that shit. You're not really rooting for him, but fuck, man, that performance is.
I think the two of them play off each other. They've done it really well.
Yeah, he must have done a fucking couple 8 balls or some shit. He's fucking out of his mind, dude.
Yeah. It's funny because Gary Sherman said, like, when he made this, it was the film to help him escape the horror genre. But he was like, at the end of the day, Ramrod was so fucking evil, it kind of kept him in it. And, of course, he's a fucking
horror character for sure.
Fuck. Yeah. Man. Yeah, no, one of those great iconic roles. I mean, we talk about David Hess and, obviously iconic as Krug, and, Wings Hauser's up there with this movie. He is
he's a slimy bastard for sure.
He is the slimiest cowboy pimp to ever walk the streets of Hollywood.
Right.
It's a really wild story about this that Gary Sherman told once. Martin Scorsese apparently, when asked that year, he's like, what do you think should win Best Picture, Marty? And then he like paused, and he was just like, well, Vice Squad, but the studios don't have the balls to nominate it. Was apparently his answer. So he was a big fan of it.
And that one part, man, where he grabs that Asian hooker and just starts driving off, and her legs are all fucking flopping out.
It some of it, I mean, there's definitely stuff you're not supposed to laugh at, but it's just so like fucked up and nasty that there is a charisma there with Wings villain. So
I guess he just beat the living shit out of her, throws her on a fucking trash pile, in a fucking back alley.
Yeah. The director made a comment, and maybe some people would think he's full of crap, but he said, like, this movie to him wasn't exploiting women, it's about the exploitation of women. And if you think about it, it's not an overly like titillating film for the subject matter. I mean, there's nudity, obviously, but it's not really played for titillation purposes. Right. It's just very uniquely seedy film that just works so fucking well. You got a New York Ripper shirt on. Obviously, New York Ripper shows the seedy side of a different city, but this kind of does that for LA, and
it's so. Quite kind of quotable as well. So there's a line that Walt says, 2 days of the week I don't worry about it. Yesterday and tomorrow. I thought that was a great line when he's on about, because he's questioned, like, why does he keep doing this in the Vice Squad, trying to clean up the streets and all that. He's a superb performance as well, I think. He kind of gets overshadowed by the leading two, but
he does
a really good job.
He's a good cop, and he's like genuinely cares about these fucking people,
and
but he's done some stuff like, so I was reading a high diver for the Atlantic City Steel Pier. What the fuck? was that shit. He was in The Guardian, 1990 William Friedkin's film.
Yeah.
And a movie with Eric Roberts, fucking Blood Red. I've never seen that one.
So. Oh god, that's been a minute.
And The Bone Collector, he was in there with Denzel and them. So
he's in The Bone Collector.
Yeah, he's another one of those actors who, and there is, I should say, by the way, the Scream Factory Blu-ray, as far as the extras go, they're stacked, and not just stacked. A lot of the interviews run 45 minutes to an hour with the actors, so they're very extensive. I know this is getting a 4K. I'm not.
I was about to say this needs a 4K. That'd be day one. Buy for me for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure all the extras will be ported over because there's 2 commentary tracks. Like it's a very
I watched a fucking shitty fucking version, and you can watch this on Tubi, and that's the way I watched it. But man, it was so fucking bad.
Oh, I tried with that, and then Dan sent me the link, and
that transfer was pretty rough. And
on Blu-ray, it looks amazing. It does. That print that Dan sent looks amazing.
But I just put it on Tubi. I was tired, I got off work. I was like, I'm gonna watch it right here. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But it's like back. It just, even when I watch something like that, man, it just takes me back VHS days. I'm like, fuck it, I mean,
now Tubi's a great resource. It really is. I mean, there's the commercials, but there's a lot of this stuff. Well, for a lot of people now, they can't, buy a $35 Blu-ray in some cases. It's a good resource. You can discover a lot of this stuff. There's more on there than you think. I know you really just have to know what to look for. And
shit getting added every day too.
Yeah.
Didn't this have like a quite a big theatrical run as well? I think it nearly doubled its money or trebled its money, I should say.
It was a very successful movie. Yeah. Which
kind of mainstream and in the mainstream, which is crazy when you think about some of the shit that goes on in it. But I think it had the big, like Dirk said, with the VHS release as well. It was very successful. I'd never seen it before, so I was like, I didn't know what I was going into.
Yeah,
but
this is my first time checking it out too. But I'm glad Dan picked it. This is a fucking solid one.
There's. I mean, one of the big differences in the dialogue, because, you're not dealing with politically correct characters. So obviously the dialogue should reflect that. I mean, some of the lines in here just casually, like the one character who is black. So I'm quoting it. It's not offensive from the character standpoint, but when he says to the lady, you ain't black, woman, you're shit colored. I was like, oh, that would not be in a movie.
Oh, you talking about the black cop chick?
Yeah.
He said something about like blink again and
yeah.
What'd she say? Blink again. She pulls a gun on him. Blink again, and your eyes will be in the night or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
crazy shit. Yeah.
But again, that's how these characters would talk. So. Yeah, and some of them are just genuinely funny. The conventioner guy who is picking Princess up at the bar is like, you see this face? It's seen more ass than a cowboy's saddle.
Yeah. He's sweaty, nasty fucker, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he turns into an asshole as well. He gets his money back,
bangs her, and then like just takes his money.
And it's like, what are you gonna do about it? Gotta be,
Yeah.
That's one thing we didn't mention. So she don't have a pimp, so they call them outlaws. The hookers that don't have pimps, they're known as.
And she got like this young daughter as well, so she's trying to make money, I presume, to keep her and her young daughter in financial security. In terms of that one actor, so Beverly Todd, she plays Louise Williams, the black lady cop. Wasn't she a singer of some kind? I was reading up.
Yes, she did. She had a little bit of a run as a singer. I'm not as familiar with their music, but I have heard of her, which probably means she had somewhat of a run. Okay. There's also Nina Blackwood, and if you're older, you'll remember she was one of the original MTV VJs who on set while making this movie she told the director that she had an interview with this new company called MTV out of New York.
Oh hell!
Oh,
So she
nice.
she was oh god, I think she was with MTV through most of the 80s at that point. So kind of ended up leaving acting behind, but can't
She
blame
does
her.
a great job too. Like I would have liked to seen her a bit more in the film.
Yeah.
But her just when she's on screen, superb, man. Yeah.
Yeah. She's fantastic. In general, both of these movies tonight, the cast, even some characters that only have a few lines. I mean, the guy that wanted to suck her toes,
Yeah,
like that weird little dude. Like,
yeah, and she's all like, "Well,
Yeah.
I think you deserve a spanking."
yeah, just the way he just kind of reacts to it was just so.
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere too, and you got the Chinese guy as well, the old Chinese guy who starts
Yeah.
fucking fighting in
Oh,
the
yeah.
hotel.
There's some
Man,
kung fu
that's
shit going
just from
on.
nowhere, like.
The director had said that guy was legit. Like he was like probably 80, like when they made it. He was very old, but he was a legit martial artist. Like
Okay,
he
yeah.
could still fuck you up at that
Yeah.
point, even at that advanced of an age. But yeah, no, I'm glad you guys liked this one. I figured it was two safe bets. I owed you some quality after we did Oasis of the Zombies on the last show, so I was like, okay, they can't all be winners, but
I mean, we've done that was the only rough two, I think,
yeah,
that we've done.
I'd say so on this show. Yeah, I'd say those are. Yeah, that was the the less than classic.
The bottom of the Franco and Rollin barrel.
Ooh, definitely for Roland. Yeah, definitely. But well, see, I kind of like Zombie Lake, but I'll let you guys.
I enjoy my Lady Zombie.
I mean, I like it more than Oasis. Holy shit!
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's just horrendous. That one.
Oasis is a slog, but yeah, no, these two movies, I think they go together well. I think it's a particularly good double feature if you want to kind of jump around a little bit, and
it makes me want to jump into some more Wings Hauser shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of his best known titles. He's kind of moved on. He actually married a younger woman who is a singer as well, and I think he kind of follows, like, it's kind of more supportive of her career now. But he was in a really wild movie called Rubber, which is
yeah.
Rubber.
Yeah, come on, what, like 2010 or something?
Yeah, around then, 09, 2010.
Fucking weird ass movie.
About a telekinetic tire. Yeah.
Has he recently passed away?
No, he is still living.
He's still living, is he? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think what's the last thing I saw him in? It's been at least like I saw him in one episode of like that Hawaii 5-0 reboot. So I think that's the last thing I remember seeing him in. He did a lot of TV, but I think Rubber was really the last notable movie that he was in. So it's been about 6 or 7 years since he's done anything.
And I mean, if you've seen Champagne and Bullets, I mean, he's fucked up on that movie. Like he's out of his mind on cocaine and alcohol,
That's why I said, is he still alive? Because I know all the shit that he got up to when he was younger.
He's probably lucky to be at that point.
Yeah. I don't want to tempt fate or anything. That's long live Wings Hauser, hopefully. But
yeah, man. Yeah.
If you really want to see one of his greatest films, and it's a really fantastic war movie from Brian Trenchard Smith. It's called The Siege of Firebase Gloria, with Arlie Ermy.
Shit!
With. Go out of your way to watch Siege of Firebase Gloria. It's a great film. It's one of Brian's best movies. It's one of those ones nobody talks about it. I feel like I'm one of the only people that have even seen it.
What's it called? Siege of what?
Siege of Firebase Gloria. Kino put out the Blu-ray probably like 10 years ago now. And I don't know if it's still in print or not. I believe it is. If not, they're re-releasing a lot of stuff from their catalog at a pretty rapid pace. So I'd say there's a good chance that it will happen. But yeah,
And
no.
that's just a straight up roll, is it, Dan? Is no cheesiness involved in that one.
Oh no, Siege of Firebase Gloria,
Okay.
yeah, it's a more serious like war movie. It's yeah.
It's gonna be hard to beat Ramrod though.
Oh yeah.
You can't beat you cannot beat Ramrod.
I mean, I'm gonna go back and watch The Wind because it's been so long since I've seen that. Just because of this film, I want to rewatch that again.
Yeah. Some of his B movies too. I mean, like I said, there's some, not fantastic stuff from him, but he's one of those actors that I would say is always very compelling to watch. I mean, you mentioned Champagne and Bullets, and that is a film many people would say is not a classic, but god damn, is it fun.
It is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the shitty line delivery is fucking great.
I
think I watched that with the Dead Pit when they did a commentary on it. I was just pissing myself all the way through, man.
Yeah, it's fucking great, man.
I know they're big fans of that one.
The electric slide and shit.
Yeah. Mutant's underrated as well.
I like Mutant a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want like a kind of a zombie film, I guess you could call it
zombie adjacent, I guess. Yeah.
I'm picturing that cover art like from the VHS days. When you say Mutant,
you probably saw. So it's confusing because Mutant's an alternate title for Forbidden World, the Corman film that is one of my favorite B movies ever. You can also go back on this channel for a review of that one. Obscurity Report, I believe. So that one kind of has the Mutant title, and people mix those up. But yeah, Mutant was kind of a staple, like in your discount bin at different points. Not the best transfer. That movie has a interesting history, but check it out because I think it's better than its reputation. And so
okay.
What do you guys rate Vice Squad?
I got to go 8 out of 10, man. Again, it's I think this one could be like a regular watch though, for sure.
That's a lot of fun,
and I hope a 4K comes out soon.
Yeah, I know it was announced, so I think it's coming.
Because I don't really want to give, Scheme Factory any money. So I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I probably didn't like it as much as you two, but I did. It is entertaining all the way. If I had to rate it as a film, I would probably say like it's a strong 6 out of 10. But in terms of entertainment value, I'd say it is like an 8 or a 9 because you can't take your eyes off the screen once it hits. So
it reminds me of those late night grimy ass movies like that I'd see. I'd have to sneak around and watch at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
No, back in the day for me, like if I was watching this in the living room, it'd be very quick. Like, okay, I will be taking this VHS to my room. I'm not gonna watch it.
Right.
It remind me in terms of the setting as well. It remind me a lot of like Savage Streets. Probably like in the same kind of backdrop.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I was expecting a little bit more like Savage Streets, to be honest. But no, man, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it is.
Yeah, I love this one, so I am a 9 out of 10 again. I'm a mark for Psycho Pimp movies, I guess. So, Good
pimp, bad pimp.
Good,
yeah.
Like
I was gonna say, does Lorne like this film? Because I would imagine it's probably not his cup of tea.
I will have to ask Lauren to comment his thoughts on these movies. I know he would have seen Vice Squad. I'm not sure about Italian Connection.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd be curious to get Lauren's opinion.
I would as well,
movies, because I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever actually talked about these two with him. So so guys, I know we will be back here shortly. We are finally not sure exactly when, but we are doing the Sergio Martino shows with Lauren. So keep an eye out. Hopefully sooner rather than later. We'll talk about that. I know Lauren's a huge Sergio Martino fan. I know we're all Sergio Martino fans here.
Hell
so
yeah.
We'll talk some of his Giallo output specifically, which should be interesting. And what do you guys got coming up on Subjective Perspective Collective?
Well, this week, well, you know, we got Troy Howard coming back on, and we're doing a retrospective of Klaus Kinski.
Ooh, that'll be good.
I thought me and Darren both thought, man, who better to get on than the guy that, you know, wrote this damn book, Real Depravities.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to get Troy on and talk about some Kinski, some madman or fucking misunderstood genius. I mean, you know.
Oh god, yeah.
He was unique. I think if you ask Natasha Kinski, she'd say madman.
For sure.
I mean, we're gonna delve into everything, into his background, and it's gonna be.
We're also finally gonna cover The Shining, my favorite film of all time.
Oh, okay.
I've put it off for a long time, but
doing that deep dive.
Yeah, a very, very deep dive. Trying to cover every angle, but I know we'd have to do probably 100 fucking shows. But
that is a weird one. I mean, I review a lot of movies, and like there are some where it's like, man, 5 minutes is about good enough. I just not that much to say. The Shining, you could do like 10 podcasts on probably. It's very
so many different avenues to go, you know.
So I definitely look forward to that. Of course, you can also catch me on Flesh Wound Features as well. We do all kinds of stuff. I don't know.
Man.
That's
how I find out all my new shit, like the new stuff that's coming out. That's really where I listen to y'all.
Yeah, we watch a lot of movies over there, and check out all the other content here on Visited by Voices Network. Depending when this drops, I know Lauren's going to have some more interviews hitting the channel. He teased some stuff. I don't even know exactly who some of these people are, but I'm very excited. And be sure to check out everybody else's content. A lot of good stuff on here. So
man.
On that note, guys, keep on pimping, and good night.
Yeah. And
how are we going, guys?
Get on down with the neon slime.
There you go.